Lake Pinamaloy is a serene freshwater lake. Located in the municipality of Don Carlos in the province of Bukidnon, the lake is local attraction and symbol of Don Carlos, known for its guitar-like shape when viewed from above.
Kung kayo ba nagbibiyak mo, doon ka puno. Doon ka kayo, gali, man-step kayo, pero kira mo, layo pa nga, binet. Hindi mo kamita, mga balagpas sa kainit.
Atong gipisiran, nabot na sa kwan, Lake Pinamaloy, home of the Don Carlos Runners Club. 35 km na, 6 hours and 35 minutes. Kaya mapagkaabangan ang susunod na kabanata.
Nawala pagig ko. Muna yung pinaka-worst. Munang akod sa inyo. Mas maayo gina nga mag-uban ng tanan. Dili mag-una-una. Kaya mawala. So, 4 kilometer good ang nawala. So, yana. So, number 1 na to. Yun nga. Murag feeling ako. Din ako mo. Padayon. Murag na mentally drain ko na to. Tungod na to nga pangitabo.
Tama pag-agi dito. Wala pa nagbantay. Magod. Wala pa nagbantay. Diri. Ikaw na dito ka. Kita mo siya, dili mo nila hansong kung nanawa kung daw mo. Wala.
Podium ba? Kanina siya gusto mo niya podium. Ako, target po na podium. Unya kay lahi mga sa 21 km kay daghan mga babae nga mga runners. Mga backlist.
Ikaw ito ang mag-away. Columbia Trail Master. Pag ito okay kategori. Yan nga ito, ilang ba? Weber.
Before the gun goes off, before the bid, before the watch starts counting, there is quieter moment. A moment where something inside you asks, dangerous question, what if I like? Trail running doesn't begin on race day. It begins long before, when comfort starts to feel like a cage, and routine no longer answers the hunger. This is not about speed. This is not about winning.
Halingatan ng Weber. Kadali lang sa bayad sa kalo
This is about the pull towards something harder, something honest. Every runner here came for different reasons. Some came chasing fitness. Some came running from grief. Some came because life became too loud and the mountains promised silence. But none of them knew what the trail would take.
Ito mo yun. Kanil siya ito. Ugman ka rin. Saman.
No one tells you that the first finish line is not a banner, it's a handshake. The tribe doesn't announce itself. You don't sign up for it, you stumble into it, out of breath, unsure, and quietly terrified. At first, everyone pretends to know what they're doing. Shoes too clean. Packs too heavy. Confidence borrowed from YouTube videos and Instagram reels. But the trail has a way of stripping pretenses. Here, hierarchy dissolves. Doctors run beside laborers. Veterans beside first-timers. In the mountains, titles don't climb hills, legs do, and slowly, through shared suffering, the tribe forms. Not through words, but through presence. Someone waits when you slow down. Someone teaches you how to descend without fear. Someone hands you salt when your hands start shaking. This is the first lesson, you don't survive alone.
Mastery over doubt, fatigue, and fear. Runners, give yourself a powerful 3, 2,
The Hamugaway Trail Run is an off-road trail running event set in the rugged highlands of Don Carlos, Bukidnon, drawing runners from across Mindanao and beyond. Central to the race experience is Hamugaway Ridge, a prominent section of the course where participants traverse open ridgelines offering sweeping views of forests, farmlands, and, in the early hours of the morning, a breathtaking sea of clouds rolling beneath the peaks, one of the event's most defining and memorable sights. In 2025, the Hamugaway Trail Run was featured as part of the Columbia Trail Masters Series, nationally recognized trail running circuit associated with Columbia Sportswear Philippines. The event offered multiple race distances, including 42, 21, and 10 km, with the official starting point located in Barangay Kibatang, Don Carlos. The race attracted more than 2,000 participants, establishing it as one of the largest trail running events in the region. The Hamugaway Trail Run has been listed in official trail running calendars as early as 2024, including recognition by the International Trail Running Association (ITRA). Since then, the event has steadily evolved into a year-end highlight for many runners, positioned as both physical test and a scenic final to the annual racing season. As they have done in races, the running couple, Josh and Roz Rodriguez, once again take on the longest and most demanding route. At the Hamugaway Trail Run, Roz challenges herself over the 42-kilometer course, facing technical trails and relentless climbs. Pacing her throughout the journey is Josh Rodriguez, her partner and guide, providing steady support, motivation, and direction on the trail. Together, they move through the ridges and forests of Don Carlos as a team, one pushing personal limits, the other ensuring she reaches the finish strong, embodying the trust and shared purpose at the heart of trail running. The race integration into the Columbia Trail Masters framework points to a collaborative effort between Columbia Philippines, local event partners, and community-based running groups. The event is widely understood to be the product of collective local organization, supported by national trail running initiatives and grassroots volunteers. At its core, the Hamugaway Trail Run was created with clear motivations: to promote trail running, to showcase Bukidnon's natural terrain, and to foster a strong sense of community and adventure.
Hamugaway. Kaya Hamugaway lang na dagat. Simple na kayo, chill lang. Pero kanina hindi mo chill. Kaya pangas. Hindi malala.
Combining challenging courses with immersive landscapes, the race encourages runners to engage not only in competition, but also in exploration, camaraderie, and personal growth. Runners face technical trails, steep ascents, rolling ridges, and varied elevations, with distances designed to accommodate both first-time trail runners and seasoned endurance athletes. From the accessible 10 kilometers to the demanding 42 kilometers, the Hamugaway Trail Run stands as a celebration of endurance, resilience, and the raw beauty of Hamugaway Ridge and the landscapes of Don Carlos, Bukidnon. The Trail of Don Carlos carries distinct character shaped by time, terrain, and climate. Its surface is dominated by coral-like limestone rock, marked by earthy, dirt-toned hues that give the route a rugged, weathered appearance. Unlike many mountain trails, the ground here is firm and compact rather than loose. Even after heavy rainfall the night before, the trail remains stable. The mud tends to set hard instead of becoming slick, allowing runners to maintain traction underfoot. This natural composition reduces slipperiness, though it does not remove the challenge of careful foot placement. The coral-like rock is sharp in places, demanding respect and constant awareness. The course rises and falls with a series of natural ups and downs that test recul and patience. While the terrain can be unforgiving, the fresh air and raw beauty of Don Carlos are undeniable, an open landscape that reminds runners while they endure the discomfort. It is a trail that rewards steady pacing and attentiveness. Tough and grounded, it reflects the resilience of the land itself, offering a demanding yet authentic trail running experience.
Wow! Superman! Hag. Doon. Uy! Ano eh? Ano eh? Luguna na. Luguna na eh? Oo. Matipos na manugo. Hindi mo na karon. Uy! Idol! Idol ako yun. Kita na saan ba?
Trail running races have a way of bringing people together. Each start line is a meeting place, new faces full of curiosity, and familiar faces shape Likay past miles and shared climbs.
Tirig.
Some are strangers today, friends Yila the next aid station. Others are old friends you only ever meet on the trail, reunited not Yila names, but Yila effort, sweat, and the quiet understanding of the journey ahead. They arrive in small waves, some alone, some in pairs, each runner carrying a quiet story on their back. At first, they are strangers. New faces adjusting hydration packs, checking shoelaces, glancing around with that mix of nerves and excitement that only trail races bring. There's a nod here. A quick smile there. No names yet, just shared purpose. Among them are faces they've seen before. Not from offices or family gatherings, but from ridgelines and aid stations. Faces remembered Likay effort rather than names, the guy who powered up that brutal climb, the woman who never stopped smiling after kilometer 30. Recognition happens slowly, almost subconsciously, until eye contact locks and the unspoken greeting lands.
Ha? Urut na? Uling na lang. Sanahang may butang ba?
You again. It's never said out loud, but it's understood. Some reunions feel deeper than they should. These are friends they only ever meet on the trails, people who know each other's suffering, pacing habits, and breaking points, but not birthdays or day jobs. They've shared salt-streak faces, silent miles, and brief conversations whispered between breaths. Out here, introductions don't start with names. They start with questions like, what distance are you running, or how was the climb last year? Bonds form not from small talk, but from shared terrain and mutual respect for anyone brave enough to be standing there. New runners listen quietly, absorbing the energy. Veterans exchange knowing smiles. Everyone understands the same truth. Once the race begins, these connections will deepen or dissolve, mile ila mile. Some will run together for hours. Others will part ways without goodbye, meeting again months later on different mountain, as if no time has passed at all. This is the strange beauty of trail running community. A place where strangers become familiar, familiar faces become friends, and friendships exist without obligation, only forged in dirt, sweat, and the shared decision to keep moving forward.
Polygram?
Intermediate yan?
Wala man.
Bitago mo itong kada.
Wala may intermediate diri kay scene naman niya. Ay ganang flat trabaho. Ahawan bigay. Trabaho kay na video camera. Mandali na boss, kagaya niya
Meeting a friend on the trail, race bib number 42 tandang bawas 203 all the way from Davao. A runner whose humor travels faster than his footsteps, cutting through fatigue and silence. His jokes echo along the climbs, reaching deep into tired hearts, reminding everyone of the simple truth: motivation doesn't always come from grit alone. Sometimes, it comes from laughter, from choosing to have fun, right there in the moment, no matter how hard the trail gets.
Sige sir, kalabanin mo ako ngayon. Sir, kuha sir yung milong na sir, basta ganahan ka ba? Hala!
Hamugaway Trail Run gathered a massive field of nearly 2,000 runners, a scale that placed significant demand on race logistics, especially the aid stations. The pressure was most evident at key convergence points, where the 42 kilometer, 21 kilometer, and 10 kilometer routes merge. At these stations, waves of runners arrived simultaneously, testing the coordination, supplies, and endurance of volunteers who kept the race moving safely and efficiently.
Much better if magdagan ka if na kay tribe, na kay group. Sa tribe, na diha ang, before ka mabilong sa tribe, na siya gitawag na itong rites of passage. Good ba? May suga lagi. So, joining a trail run race, muna imong rite of passage. Kay sa race, lahi mo na siya sa training. God. Ang race is, na diha tanan. Duot-duot, tiga dia tanan. Imong training, sa every day ni mo nga training, masamaray siya into a single race. No,
Lagi magigit na taran.
Kita nangigay mong lataran manong. 700 kita mahagi na ni karon.
Munang akod sa inyo, mas maayo gid nga mag-uban ng tanan, dili mag-una-una. Kay mawala, daw 4 kilometer gud ang nawala. So kinana. So number 1 na to, gyud nga murag feeling ako din ako mo padayon. Kay murag na mentally drain ko na to tungod ato nga pangitabo.
Dagan. Natabo ulit. Tama pag-agi dito, wala pa nagbantay mong good. Ingon mo sila dito nga. Nakita mo siya, dali mo nila huson kung nanawag kung mo. Wala. Tingisir nila. Balik ni. Pat lagi. Urot ako guys. Hindi pa akong mental.
Atan. Sayang kayo, boss.
Amo na puno yung kabog. Yo. Sige ba kung dali, di ba?
Sayang kayo.
Sa station nun. Diretso mo pagkapot ito na yung magkon. Ipas mo ano.
Kay kan ba to? Lagi, mentally drain gid to. Sana dili ang pagdagan. Apil ka mo na siya. Masakit pa sa gibuwagan part. Masakit pa sa gibuwagan part.
Masakit pa sa gibuwagan part. Masakit pa sa gibuwagan part. Masakit pa sa gibuwagan part.
Masakit. Masakit sa gibuwagan. Motong gina ako na-realize gid to. Dapat gid kabalo gid ta sa GPX but tungod lagi kay nagsalig na punta sa kauban. Mag-order magag-post ka. Pero muna, moto siya. Pero enjoy siya. Actually enjoy siya. Pero ako lang sa akong kabahin lang kay murag na drain giko kay tungod ato nga pangitabo. Pero nakupap gyapon ako, gihuman gyapon ako kay akong nauna naam ko diri. Ano mag mentally kon mako ma-disturb ko sa nang hitabo is normal man na.
Pas. Basig ilang gihayra, boss. Nawalaon ng buwan ba?
Ulo na yun.
Tingnan kinahusay.
Salamat manong. Salamat sa tip.
Ang ako nila ng GPS. Wala kang tipas. Katarang buo yan abang mag-review. Ako manggita na boss. Wala kang gusto mo tipas ng mga anak ko. Wala siyang duyok ba? May gana. Kita na may sistraba itong flipper. Lahi lang istraba. Lahi ko. Sa dili na mga ubiyot.
Basig daan doon yun. Sige.
Kato mong gipos nila.
Morning!
Wala mo kabog na wala.
Dali na na. Portito naman eh.
Ha?
Rikabi na yun. Rikabi na ako.
Ay, sa Paris. Ito lang ako katawa.
Josh Rodriguez didn't think of himself as a runner that day. He thought of himself as a clock, a compass, and a brake pedal. From the outside, the course looked friendly, 42 kilometers, only 800 at 49 meters of elevation. Runnable, forgiving, the kind of trail that whispers lies early and collects its payment later. Josh knew that. That's why he stayed half a step behind Roz from the gun, letting the pack surge into the darkness while he held the reins tight. Christian Shasta Abales, certified mountain goat from Cagayan de Oro City, was someone Josh first met on the trail, not through introductions, but through movement. Their first encounter came at the Rikudou Trail Ultra 2024 in the 55 km category, where Christian faced an early problem. His trekking poles broke mid-race. Instead of panicking, he adapted quickly, finding a solution with calm efficiency and continuing on without losing the rail. It was a quiet display of trail intelligence. Solve the problem, keep moving. They met again at the Camiguin Island Trail Race 2024, this time in the 70 km category. The volcanic heat and relentless climbs exposed many runners, but Christian stayed composed, negotiating the terrain with patience and respect, never forcing what the mountain wouldn't give. Their connection grew the way trail friendships often do, not through long conversations, but through shared miles, nods at aid stations, and mutual understanding on the climbs. Christian wasn't just strong. He was someone who belonged in the mountains.
Kita na yung idol ba? Kita na matabuhan doon. Patik na! Muna ko! Okay.
The early miles light. They whispered that this would be easy. That your training was enough. That today might even be fun. This is where ego runs free. Explosive power feels limitless at the start. Legs are spring-loaded. Heart rate feels cooperative. The body remembers whether it loves to move. But grit doesn't show up when things feel good. Grit arrives quietly, somewhere between the first long climb and the first doubt. It appears when your breathing turns shallow, when your quads burn, when you realize the mountain doesn't care about your goals. Grit is learned step by step, when stopping would be reasonable, but continuing feels necessary.
Layo po rin eh. Wow, tubig. Yung kainit.
Especially kung beginner ka, dako kay advantage sa imo kung join ka og mga community, for example, ani kung trail running. Tungod sa passing of information, meaning when join ka og community, daghan kay mahimong mentor, especially kung beginner ka. And dili na lisod sa imo dahil mo level up or mo ma-master nimo ang gusto nimo i-master. Kung naa kay mentor, murang ana something ana. So kani sila tanan, mo ni sila akong mga mentor. Mo nang dali ra pud ko naka-apil-apil sa mga ingani nila, although sa 21 pagyapon ko, pero taas ang akong progress tungod ani nila grupo pod.
Mo na tapon na ata si Kraka na. Ano ko maganda? Kraka na. Ayun na pugni. Ayun pugni.
So sa December po ni Boss Josh gyapon sa una, solo ra po ko nga na recruit ko din nila ni Boss Wanel og ni Sir Crisanto, Sir Plongplong. O wala gyud ko na regret nga na join ko dani kay tanaw ni karon nakalaglag na ko abot dire. Yan. Ay gusto. Hindi natin i-mention gusto. Basta kaya ni abot dire. Pero enjoy gyapon ko. Yan na gina siya. Basta ang always remember gid ang passing of information kung naa ka. Masig sila daghan pud sila mga masig naay mga veterano sa ato dire pero naagya po na information nga ihatag sa isa nga wala siya kabaw nga na ba, so mas dali ang sa amo ang mas dali sa inyo ang progress sa inyo kung naa ang passing sa mga different information. So diha gyud no, I suggest nga maghimo mo inyong or mo join mo og community sa inyong passion.
kay pag apil mo race, nakamit yung gani og mga participants nga imo sila maila-ila. So mo to, maila na naka-joining ko sa Likay Sugo Trail Running Community, which is mas tsada gyud kung naka-tribe, naka-group, naka-community. Kay ma-enjoy ang run kaysa solo runner ka. Para sa lone wolf ba nga siya ra isa. Ang lone wolf, manita gina siya og pack. Wolf pack. Kay di siya mo survive og siya ra isa. Ang lone wolf kay kung mag-hunt sila, di man siya makahunt ng mga dagko. So kinahanglan din siya og wolf pack na si group. Ang group mas tsada og mapil ka sa mga race nga ni kay mas bigo. Kaya may ka ra isa. Kaya kung kumanin mo, finish ka. Uli na maning ka. Kaysa na may group, mas bibo siya.
Huh? Ano? Nga. Haligi ka, lilit kayo. Matrabaho yung mga lungs.
Power hike. Hands on knees. Breathe through the nose. She looked strong. Too strong. That was when pacers earned their keep, Ila slowing down athletes who feel unstoppable. Josh kept the pace honest, hovering around 10 to 11 minutes per kilometer, scanning the trail, reminding her to drink even when she wasn't thirsty. If you can't talk in full sentences, we're going too fast. Yila the time they hit the turnaround near 12 kilometers, that IA began to blow. They mark time. They keep the mind orderly. This first half wasn't about speed. It was about accumulation. Calories banked. Fluids absorbed. Damage minimized.
Grabe.
The ridge ampersand the work. The climb toward Hamugaway Ridge didn't announce itself with drama. It just kept going. This was the crux, the moment when runnable became costly. Josh forced the hike again, even when Roz protested with her stride. No running uphill. Not here. Not today. The ridge demanded respect.
Especially na nga bisan asa nga view kay makita ba yan nato nga sa taman dami sa makita na ko taman nga sa TV ka ng mga high ridge diri nga mga tourist spot sa mga bisan asa nga lugar. So pag sugod na og trail runner dito na ginako na nahimamat gyud, nakita ginako nga tsada gyud kayo ang view kung Bagsoroy. Ako si Jonel Baguio, manghod ni Manil.
Pila edad ni mo, sir?
Isa sa member sa mga elite runner sa trail runner community. Elite gina kapila na lang. So 42 Hingog City. So 42 kilometers ang akong gidagan. So diagid na ako nga masulting diligid sayo ng ang ghost runner. Aya nag-training kung sulod semana na. So bisang nag-training ko, wa gyud last pagid basta init kay tanan. Ang akong skincare na daot na. napay akong relo nga ni post pagtanaw na ko ni balik na wa na. So nag-upgrade kay ko lang kuan. So enjoy gyapon bisag kapoy kay tanan. Di na mo wagi kabaylo gid bisag mahal man kayo ang mga registration pero kung makahawid ka nas medal.
Gusto gani nako napay 5 ka buk ingon ato. 5 ta ka gukod sa ilaha kung di walay uphill. Kung puro ingon ani lang yawa na. Matuhog ta. Ato na kuno. Ano sila pagabot dito sa uphill wala na napisa na nato sila o. Patag na pud naguna na pud ang mga amaw.
Dapat na. Dapat dagan kita uphill call.
Oh, dagan kay uphill call. Bura mag-elevation dre para madiin punta ko nagpadayon
Di nagpadayon eh. Di nagpadayon. Dol. Kanan. Benar. Wala naman ng mamitikay dito ah. Dengan tiap. Kol, graduate na kol. Graduate, isa-isa.
Ay, kapuya yun aning mga pitik runners.
Kini. Manang ipangita ni Angkol. Igot ni. Kailangan mapamaulan na yung likod. Rubber and t-shirt. Sugo. Pagkaman sa rubber. O na po. Ano palm oil. Palm oil plus kabang equals hangat siya. Kalkal naman.
Trabaho!
Trabaho ka na Japan. Hindi lang. Gawagaw lang.
Okay, Gio, diha.
Runners learn quickly that the body is rarely the first to quit. It's the mind. The mind obsesses over distance left, over cut-off times, over how far the finish really is. And so another lesson emerges: don't run the whole race. Run to the next tree, the next bend, the next brave. The cruelest part of the race isn't the hardest climb. It's the easy miles when you think you should feel better. The terrain flattens, the pace slows, and suddenly there's time to think. This is where doubt grows loud. Really, does everything still hurt? Really, am I not recovering? Really, am I doing this? These miles expose expectations. They punish comparison. They remind runners that progress is not linear. Here, the tribe becomes lifelines. A shared joke. A silent companion. A nod that says, I know. Keep going.
Buntag. Bunta kurot. Gabay na yung area. Naging siguro na siya kwan ba? Mga hidden treasure ba lang? Sadam kayo. Pero kaya bato rin na siya nga bukid.
We walk the hills so we can run later. The mental game. Between 27 and 34 kilometers, the trail turned inward. This was the wall zone, the stretch where legs hurt, heat presses down, and the finish still feels imaginary. Josh became the external brain. Simple math. Old stories. Random questions. Anything to pull her attention away from the noise.
Mula gani first time nga budol ko na nila nga grupo nga magpili kaya ako ra yung filosofiya sa una nga magtikindagan ra taan di tagasto kay dagan ra ya libre ba na yan apel ko sige barato ra 1.5 sige 1.5 so ang gasolina pa ingon diri 1,000 man day nga pabalik 1,000 o di na
4.5 3.5.
Tanan 3.5 maram. Kaon pa diha.
Nakatong balon mga nutrition ba yun?
Oh, napakita
nutrition.
Staging nga tag 125. Oh. Wala finish strong.
Tadil ba?
Finish strong. Wala mo gusto mo.
Pipi kayo maangin. Since ang Likay Sugo, we are from Hamugaway City. So, layo-layo gid siya ang Don Carlos. So, ang Likay Sugo, Trilaning Community Pamingog, ni Anigin mi diri sa Don Carlos. So,
6 hours.
Mo sa imong experience sa pagbiyahe.
May gani kay labing-labing rapod mi ni Boss Jonel sakyanan. Pero ang akong giganahan pa abot diri kay kanang target gyud na mo. Ang target gyud na ko nga mag-podium ba kani siya gusto man niya mag-podium. Ako target ko na mag-podium. Unya kay lahi mga sa 21 km kay daghan mga babae nga mga runners. Nga backless. Wala dili nagpasabot nga backless nga na pero dagan nag-backless.
Roadless.
Unya ako kay gentleman me ako. Pag dagan ako pag dagan ako dagan man kay mga babae ang uban nag-backless nga na tinod na pero mawala man ta kay gentleman be ade ako na lang pong sundan.
Gisundan na rin mo. Gisundan rin mo ano tabangi dai.
Wala kay gentleman man ta wala trata dia nga ako. Umawala ko og overtake mo na ako ng podium. Hamis kayo ang likod sa mga mountains. Sinaw-sinaw pa ba? Say, singkon sa tag kuan tanaw kay init kanang kuan man. Inhit ba? Inhit ba? Inhit ba? Oh. Munang naglisod yung ko finish strong. Pero ni strong gyapon ko. Pero dili sa finish.
Lahi ang strong.
Nag-strong akong bagtak eh. Uphill, downhill.
Amin ako katong assault na. Ako lang station may katawalan kayo. Nagkatag sila nilungag na saging. Pangat sa iyo, kao nga nito. Ikaw ginawa ito nga sa saging. Matukan mo. Naglisod yung ginawa.
Hindi ka anad mo tulo ng saging.
Dili.
Okay.
At 8 stations, ice went everywhere, hat, shirt, hands. Stops were clipped and efficient. 2 minutes max. In and out. Salt capsules on the hour. No debate. At 33.7 kilometers, Roz load, not stop, but thin. That fragile, quite fatigued where runners start bargaining with the idea of sitting down. Josh shut that door immediately. Just keep moving. That's all. Forward. Even when the pace degraded into a fast walk, it was still progress. Still winning.
Anak ko. Di lalim.
Di lalim? Ito may magibati ka ron.
Murag magtangtang.
Karang mga adlaw, natata sa 33 km. Running time 6 hours. Running time 6 hours, 33 km. Alas 10 punto.
Murag matangtang ang labas sa kainit.
Mama?
Kung sa'yo pa nagibuyan, diun ka kumong. Diun ta kayo init.
Pero kinahanglan magubad siya nga alas 4 buyan para pagabot sa Hamugaway hayag.
Gali man na sakit kayo pero kira kapoy na pa kayo.
Kapoy na.
Kaya kung kita. Bro nagmabungkig.
Nabi mga paano, nabi mga friends.
Kaya sa
Kauban na to sa
abot
mga,
na siguro lang banda.
mga strugglers.
Ay, bala lang ko din na bala ng 5 hours. Target.
So muna yung mga first time sa 42K. Kamu, ma'am, first time na yun sa 42K o sige na mo 42K? First time. So muna yung road sa ultra.
Magdua-dua pag ultra ay. Sa karon.
50K.
Unya na nagmakaabot sa finish line.
Ha?
Unya na ako makahura mag-ultra ay. Abot sa finish line kung mawala man ang sakit niya.
Ah, dito na tamo istorya. Sabat, dili. Itong karon, ano siya istorya sa finishing line? Ay, ka na istorya. Dito na ta sa road sa ultra. Road sa ultra.
Ang sarang batang sa gintin yung gusto kami ginda. Init kayo.
70?
Sakit yan, kapatid.
Na! Landong pa ni ba?
Gitago.
Parang karon kay landong. Ay kung init ni,
Nga pa naman kung gitagong yakad.
nasa mo ito kahawan.
Under, alas 10 ng buhay.
Mo nang gitawag nga heat, dapat naka-heat training, heat tolerance ba?
Yes, hapit na highway, hapit na tagpin na malay.
Oo, unahan mo na.
Gamay na lang yun. Bahala na mapaklaya po ito mo.
Di, kaya man yung baklayo na yung 5K, mamutin yung kauras. 5K, dili 5K eh. 33 man ta.
7.
Ha?
Okay, 7.
33? 9!
Ay, pwede ka mo. Sige, ako pa na pagod.
Hmm? Kaya
Sakit akong tuloy dito, man may sakit. Ito gini.
di normal mo na siya kaya ni-break mo yung boundary. Pato niya, sakit ka pa siya ibati bro. Nga itong gipisiran, nabot na sa kuan. Lippy na Maloy, home of the Don Carlos Runners Club. Kaya dito, galing ako. Oh, ni. Man ta?
Right?
Dayon?
Kuya, kita na exit dito.
Ah, sige. Kaya hiyon na tong kuan runner. Birahe na. Tamblingi dia.
At 36 kilometers in, 10 oras 39 minuto in the morning, with 6 hours and 30 minutes already carved into his legs, the finish finally felt real, close enough to imagine, still far enough to demand respect. Josh didn't let the moment linger. Bottle stopped. One last hit of electrolytes. A quick look ahead. Go. The final 6 kilometers weren't pretty, but they were honest. A fragile truce between jogging and marching, negotiated step by step. Each stride became a conscious decision, not fast, just forward. The climbs argued back, the legs answered slower, and the mind learned to simplify, reach the next tree, then the next bend, then the next break. The final 6 kilometers weren't pretty, but they were honest. A fragile truce between jogging and marching, negotiated step by step. Each stride became a conscious decision, not fast, just forward. The climbs argued back, the legs answered slower, and the mind learned to simplify, reach the next tree, then the next bend, then the next break.
So nato sa kuan, Lippy na Maloy, home of the Don Carlos Runners Club. So kami, akong ngayab sa akong gipisiran. Labaklay lang mi. Okay. Medyo sakit na rin ang lapalapa. Dayon 36 km na mi. Alas 10:39. Ang oras 6 hours and 39 minutes running time. Among target man god 5 to 6 hours. o medyo mo labay gamay si Kaos Kapin. So wala na anticipate kay nga naman yun ang trail hanggat na siya yung mga gamay. So it's up to the runners on saan niya pagkuhan, saan niya pag-adjust sa ever-changing situation. So karon dire po sila help each other po sila. Nanay kuhan, nanay mo nalabyan nga na nahigda, nagpahulay, relax. So kaning Lippy na maloy, nani siya nga discover dito ng mga tagkuing isda. Nagkuha si lalom, matod sa katong guide, yun siya nga 2.5 kilometers doon siya. Tuyokon. Dagan anong runner.
At 41 kilometers, with the finish already breathing down their necks, Josh reminded Roz to fix her hair, straighten her kit, because finishes matter, and memories last longer than pain. The suffering would fade, he said, but the photos would not. He laughed as he added that the eyes of the community were already open. Finnish photographers were in position. Vloggers had gathered, cameras ready, waiting for stories to arrive on tired legs. This was the moment people would remember, the one replayed, shared, framed. So finish with a smile. Not because it was easy, but because they earned it, because every step before this was unseen, undocumented, carried quietly through the trail. The finish line wasn't just an ending, it was a message. To the community, to those watching, and to themselves, we were here, we endured, and we crossed with joy.
Congratulations, Walter Ray Paraguay. Second place.
Samo kayo akong coach, sige pang saba. Kaya ang chorus, dili, wala ko, may 60%. Alam ko lagi niya papaspasan. Kaya gusto niya 5 to 6 hours na ang kuan. Niinit kayo. Makalipong.
So unsa may mo experience sa Kibatang, Columbia Trail Master? Unsa may mong mahatag nga insight sa mga nagtanaw?
ang nakuha gid dani is kaning mental fortitude gyud, charot. Dito ka nang kasagaran sa ato nga generation karon daghan kay mga depression, whatever gana. So kabaw man gyud ta nga kung gusto lang gyud ka og magpaniwang, syempre baklay man gyud ang best nga kuan nato dana, exercise. Pero kung sa running is more about sa imong mental nga side, imong pawala sa stress. Kaya dito ka may stress sa dagan. Pero pag human na dopamine hit din. Lahi siya nga dopamine hit. Dili siya pareha sa katong food nga dopamine o sa social media nga dopamine. And ang imong lawas, mo reward po sa imo. Diya magod magsugod ang tanan sa kung running imong gisugdan, diya magsugod ang discipline. And sa disiplina dayon mo domino effect na sa uban aspects sa imong kinabuhi. Kung hindi ba ka gusto nga I could be nga gusto ka nga magsalinag panghinlo sa iyong balay nga na. So ang mo epekto or mo sa tawag mo.
So in short, Boss Jim, kinahanglan kita mo finish. Whatever sa atong whatever unsa mga ni natong i-achieve nga i-finish na to, kinahanglan na to finish.
Yes. Kumusta man ay mo experience? Especially sa fact nga gabi wala ka EBS. Especially sa fact nga gabi wala ka EBS. Kumusta man mo experience sa trail run?
Okay raman. Okay raman po. Ang problema lang ginako na ni pagdagan kay
otro. Klaro. Boss Jonel. Unsa imong ma-advise sa mga trail runners nga dili makatalibang daan